Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to be mapping out the ultimate power grid, Earth itself. We're going to zoom way out to analyze the planet's massive natural energy cycles, and then we'll zoom right back in to dissect the advanced technology we're using to actually intercept it.
Just think about this number for a second. 10,000 times. The sun hits our planet with an astonishing 10,000 times the energy that all of humanity consumes. Every single year, the Earth absorbs 173,000 terawatts of solar power, while our entire global human consumption is a mere 18 terawatts. So the energy is already here. It's constantly raining down on us. The challenge isn't finding the power, it's simply figuring out how to catch it.
Because we are covering a vast amount of ground today, here is our roadmap. 1. Earth's giant energy engine. 2. Harnessing nature's power. 3. Upgrading the power grid. And 4. The future energy transition. Let's get into it.
Starting with Section 1, Earth's giant energy engine.
So, Earth operates on this continuous, massive energy cycle. You've got solar, tidal, and geothermal energy constantly circulating between our atmosphere, the hydrosphere, which is our water, the geosphere, and the biosphere. This constant flow and transformation is literally the engine that drives everything from atmospheric circulation and global wind systems to major ocean currents. It is a perfectly balanced, dynamic equilibrium. Notice how the energy distribution plays out. About 70% of the incoming shortwave solar radiation is directly absorbed by our landmasses, the oceans, and the atmosphere. And this absorbed energy doesn't just sit there doing nothing, right? It provides the fundamental power that drives massive physical and biological processes, like the entire hydrological water cycle and the chemical reactions of photosynthesis in plants. But not all of that light gets absorbed, and that brings us to a really crucial concept, albedo. Think of albedo like wearing a white shirt versus a black shirt on a blazing hot sunny day. High albedo surfaces on our planet, like ice, snow, and thick clouds, act just like that white shirt. They reflect solar energy straight back into space. On the flip side, low albedo surfaces, like dark oceans and dense forests, act like the black shirt, absorbing that energy as heat. This delicate balance of reflectivity is absolutely crucial for Earth's climate regulation. And naturally, this leads us right to the greenhouse effect. The Earth is constantly emitting long-wave infrared radiation back towards space. But certain gases like CO2, methane, and water vapor trap some of this outgoing heat. Now, I really want to emphasize that this natural trapping of heat is completely essential. It's what keeps the Earth warm enough to support life in the first place. But the catch is that human activities are currently intensifying this effect by adding excess gases. We're disrupting that natural energy balance, which is what's causing global warming. Moving on to Section 2, Harnessing Nature's Power.
So how do we actually tap into this massive natural engine? Solar photovoltaics, or PV, beautifully mimic nature by capturing sunlight and converting it directly into electrical current. The sunlight hits the panel and boom, it's transformed into DC power. Because costs have been plummeting, solar is boasting rapidly expanding global capacity. But, obviously, the sun isn't always shining, which brings up the main hurdle for this technology, intermittency.
Moving from the sky down to the ground, we have two highly predictable baseload power sources. Hydropower uses the gravity of the Earth's natural hydrological cycle, basically fallen water spinning a turbine. Meanwhile, geothermal taps into the continuous heat generated by radioactive decay deep inside the Earth itself. And what's really exciting here is that advanced setups are increasingly utilizing thermoelectric converters. These are brilliant solid-state devices that turn geothermal temperature gradients directly into electricity with absolutely zero moving parts. Both hydro and geothermal operate around the clock, taking advantage of terrestrial heat and evaporation cycles that have been running for billions of years.
When we dig into the performance metrics, a fascinating story really starts to emerge. Intermittent renewables like wind are steadily increasing their capacity factors, hitting around 35 to 50%. Meanwhile, hydropower sits at a massive 80 to 90% conversion efficiency. When you compare all this to traditional fossil fuel plants, which hover anywhere between 33 and 60% conversion efficiency, a holistic life cycle assessment makes it clear. Renewables offer immense, undeniable advantages for a sustainable energy system.
Section 3. Upgrading the power grid.
We know we have abundant solar and wind power, but to solve that intermittency problem we talked about, we need robust energy storage. This is basically evolving in 3 key steps.
Step 1 is advanced battery storage, like lithium-ion and newer solid-state solutions, providing vital, short-term support for the grid. Step 2 is pumped hydro, which actually provides massive, large-scale global capacity simply by moving water gravitationally between reservoirs. And step 3 is thermal storage, using some pretty wild innovations, like molten salt or compressed air, for long-duration utility-scale options.
Another fascinating piece of this storage puzzle is hydrogen fuel cells. These devices electrochemically convert the chemical energy of hydrogen directly into electricity. What's incredible here is their efficiency and the fact that they produce absolutely zero emissions, yielding only water and heat as byproducts. This makes them highly versatile for everything from stationary power generation on the grid all the way to powering heavy transport like trucks and even drones.
But look, storage alone isn't going to cut it. The infrastructure actually carrying the power has to evolve too. We need intelligent, digital smart grids. These advanced networks are capable of real-time demand management and predictive analytics. They are totally essential to optimize energy flow, maintain grid stability by balancing out the variable nature of wind and solar, and crucially, build resilience so our power systems can quickly recover from disruptions and extreme weather events.
To ground all these high-level technical concepts in reality, let's look at a real-world example: Bangladesh. Despite incredible progress, like launching a 200-megawatt solar park and getting solar home systems to 20 million rural people, they face very tangible hurdles. Their renewable integration is bottlenecked by weak legacy grid systems and limited storage. They're up against steep financing barriers, regulatory policy hurdles for wind development, and immense climate vulnerability. For instance, extreme weather like cyclones directly threatens their coastal wind farms. It's a stark reminder of the massive physical and financial infrastructure we actually need to pull this off globally. Which brings us to our final section, Section 4, the future energy transition. The economic and social impacts we're seeing here are just staggering. We aren't just changing how we plug things in, we are entirely reshaping the global workforce. The renewable sector has already created over 12 million jobs worldwide. It's fostering entirely new industries, driving rapid technological innovation, and in many regions, it's making renewable electricity actually cheaper than fossil fuels, which translates into massive cost savings for everyday consumers.
And this perfectly sets up the fundamental choice we are making right now. On one side, we have fossil fuels, finite resources that create geopolitical price volatility, emit dangerous local air pollutants, and drive climate change. On the flip side, transitioning to distributed renewables shields economies from that volatility, provides real energy independence, significantly improves public health by cleaning up the air we breathe, and critically, it avoids over 4 gigatons of CO2 emissions annually.
Reaching a 100% renewable grid requires a really delicate, unified balance. It demands continuous scientific innovation in areas like batteries, green hydrogen, and smart grids. It requires robust, transparent policies, things like carbon pricing and clear regulations to streamline permitting. And perhaps most importantly, it requires inclusive local community engagement to build public trust. All of this has to work together to mitigate risks, safeguard planetary health, and build long-term resilience. Ultimately, by combining the awe-inspiring science of Earth's natural energy cycles with advanced human infrastructure, we are tapping into a system that has been running perfectly for billions of years. The inexhaustible power is literally already here, raining down on us and flowing right beneath our feet. The science is clear, the technology is advancing faster than ever, and the economics finally make sense. So the only question left is, are we truly ready to fully plug in?